On a road trip for this one, an interconference game today, looking for the win. Welcome everyone to NBA basketball here on 2K Sports. Tonight, it's Noche Latina, celebration of Latin culture in the league. It's become an annual tradition. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, and on the sideline tonight, Doris Burke. Take a look at the Lakers. They're still alive in the playoff hunt, just 2 games out of the final seed.
And they're 1-0 against them this season, and this is the final matchup. So a little bit of extra incentive tonight, knowing they have a chance for the season sweep.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, whether it's 2 games or 20, you'd love to go unblemished against any opponent over the course of the season. Getting swept is no fun at all.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Arthur in at shooting guard. Brook Lopez is out there with Young. Then there's Shane Larkin, and it's Hollis Jefferson in at the 3.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
The Lakers with the ball, following the three-pointer by Brooklyn. Russell passes to James. Hibbert with the screen. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
First one falls for him. Both free throws good from Randall. And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. Screen by Young. Here's Hollis Jefferson. James covering. And the rejection by James.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
Brooklyn shooting their initial free throws of the game right here. Both shots good from the stripe.
Boy, I tell you what, he does not look like your typical big man up there at the line. He has an excellent stroke and a percentage to match.
Now, here is Russell. Last time, 14 points for him. LeBron drives in. Here's Randall, and he jams it with authority.
I'm not sure how I like this one. He used the rim to get some true hang time there.
Now, he just wanted to make sure the landing was softer than the takeoff.
Okay, that was just
I'll buy that for now.
A good old-fashioned chin check right there.
And the Nets miss again. So it's the Lakers now. It's a 3-point game. Coming into this, having notched a win against the Rockets in their last game.
You know, they played well enough to win, but to be honest with you, I just felt like their opponent's defensive performance was shaky at best.
Yeah, I'd go along with that, Greg. I mean, the game wasn't handed to them, but they definitely didn't have to work as hard for it as they should have.
And stolen by LeBron. And now Russell pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
Great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and trigger the fast break.
And now just a one-possession game thanks to that quick hitter. Outstanding play in the open court.
Now here's Arthur. A 29-point game for him in the win against the Kings in Sacramento.
And also his assist total tells you about the job he did of keeping his head up and keeping his teammates involved.
Kicks to Hibbert. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game. For Brooklyn, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Larkin kicks to Arthur. Lopez, a screen on Kobe. Now the pass to Hollis Jefferson. To the left wing. Lopez, a screen. Inside. Here's Young. They get it again. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Guys, he's actually indefatigable. He never gives in, never gives up on a play, and that's what it takes to be a great offensive rebounder. You've got to be relentless.
Oh, that is good.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
The Brooklyn Nets come into this one after a win against the Kings.
And the deciding factor in that one was their success from the floor. I mean, they just hit big shots time and time again.
Yeah, just the way you want it when you're the road team. Don't even give the fans a chance to get into it.
Lakers trail by 4. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Well, I had a chance to catch up with Los Angeles' head coach. He said that if they wanted to double their wins against them, they'll have to be just as sharp as they were in their first meeting, saying, we can't get sloppy now and expect to win. We have to be just as judicious with what shots we take as we were the first time around. We'll see if they can replicate that, guys.
Good report, Doris. Well said. Thanks. An interesting thing to address before the game.
Yeah, and clearly the coach has been hammering home the point to his guys that good shot selection is absolutely key.
And I don't think you can ever overemphasize that point. I mean, intelligent basketball is about being selective with your shots. And I think that's what will win the game for them.
Ladies and gentlemen, Laker girls!
All right, a chance to check out numbers for Kobe Bryant. How the second half of the season has shaped up for him. He's right around 13 points a night, 5 assists. Solid numbers, the kind of production we expect. And frankly, I think he's got another level to take it to.
Yeah, he definitely has the skill set to put up even bigger numbers. It wouldn't be a surprise to see that in the coming days.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Brandon Bass is checked in for Hibbert. Anderson comes in for Julius Randle. Williams, he's checked in for Bryant. And Jared Jack has subbed in for Russell. Here's Roberson, all alone. A nice shot by Arthur. Arthur's got 9.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
Now here's Arthur after LeBron James's miss. Larkin kicks to Henson, and he gets the bucket. Henson's got his first 2 points of the night.
Well, I tell you what, the post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
It really has, and they've created a lot of high percentage shots in the paint here already.
Off a 10-point game against Houston.
And also, he competed on the backboard. That also had a lot to do with the game.
Nets leading by 5. Larkin dishes to Robertson. And here is Arthur. He's got 9.
Oh! And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
I tell you what, I used to love to go up and jam like that.
That Kia Slam Cam replay really gave you a good look at the action. Here's James after the basket by Brooklyn. Now here's Arthur. He's guarded by Williams. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. Brooklyn shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
Not really where you'd like to be as a team in terms of free throw shooting, just about 73%.
Yeah, it's been a very frustrating season for them in that regard, guys.
Good on both. James. The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. Nets lead by 9. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And of course, as we've always seen with LeBron James, it's not just about the numbers, but his tremendous, tremendous leadership.
I put all the pressure on me to be better and come through for my teammates. This is the position I put myself in. It's the position I put our team in, and as the leader and the guy that goes out there and make things happen, that's the way it's going to be.
Well, that there is straight talk from a man who does not pretend. LeBron James with a textbook example. Ability and lead.
And Kevin, that's why he is the king. He doesn't say, hey, I'm just one of the 5 guys. No, he knows who he is and what he has to do. Bottom line, he's the man. Climb on my shoulders, and I'm going to take you to the promised land.
We welcome you back to Noche Latina. Becoming an annual tradition is always here on 2K Sports, and always exciting. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
And we've really seen them get out and establish a real nice rhythm offensively in this game.
Yeah, and they're finding ways to score multiple ways, playing well and sharing the ball, just operating good at the offensive end.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So for Brooklyn now, Arthur, he's in at the point. Boris Diaw is out there with Brook Lopez. Then there's Andre Robertson. From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Kings was superb. He ended with 29 points, and he was just about on target from everywhere, hitting from deep as well as sinking his free throws. He seemed to be everywhere on the floor the entire time and really was the star of the show, Kevin.
Great, Doris. Thanks. Any chance we see him top that performance right here tonight?
You know, I can't imagine he'd be able to pull off that kind of an outing 2 games in a row. But, hey, that's what the truly great ones are capable of doing.
Boy, even if he came close to matching it, that would be really impressive. But I tell you, that's asking an awful lot of one guy.
Now here's Arthur. Diaw missing his last shot. Arthur inside. He's got 15. And the lead now, double digits on that bucket.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
We've got a second, so we'll bring up the list of shooting guards that have been red hot at the free throw line over the past month. Freak is second.
And this is a set of players that can drive and slash, hoping to draw contact, because if they can get to the bucket and the foul, it's going to be a three-point play the hard way.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I think even if they get whistled for a fair number of charge calls because of that aggressive mindset, it's worth it. When you're an elite free throw shooter, and these guys are, I think you've always got to be aggressive in trying to get yourself to the foul line. Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-hander.
And Brooklyn has possession after D'Angelo Russell's three-pointer that didn't go. And the call will be against Julius Randle. That's his first foul.
That was simply a defensive breakdown there, Kevin. He was all alone for that shot. It was a warm-up jumper.
All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Nets.
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
Yeah, and they've also balanced that, though, guys, with the attack off the bounce as well to get them some points.
Hibbert with the screen. Russell with a wide-open look. Again, Russell missing.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Now here's Arthur. He's covered closely. Feeds it to Larkin. Screened by Young. Larkin kicks to Young. The pick gave him all the room he needed, and he knocks down the Jays.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
Now, here is Russell. One of the dependable scorers on the team. He's averaging close to 17 points a game.
Kobe with the brilliant assist that time.
Nets leading by 14. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Here's Larkin. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. That's on D'Angelo Russell. The Nets have only 1 missed free throw. They've had 5 attempts and made 4 of them. And he makes the first. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Brandon Bass is checked in for Hibbert. LeBron comes in for Randle. Anderson, he's checked in for Young. And Jarrett Jack has subbed in for Russell. The Nets also changing it up. Wayne Dedmon comes in for Brook Lopez. And Ensign subbed in for Hollis Jefferson. Now here's LeBron. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. They recover it. Jack's shot is good. Here's Larkin. They lead by 14. Henson, a screen on Jack. Larkin kicks to Henson. Powered down with both hands.
And that's going to increase the field goal percentage even more. They have a huge edge in that category.
And that's because they've been playing smart basketball. I mean, they've been very patient offensively, and their shot selection has been superb.
The Lakers with the ball. After the basket by Brooklyn. Bass with the screen. And Bryant wide open. He shoots. And finished off by Bass.
And that's a huge play. I mean, they need more like it because second chance points are going to be key in this game.
Probably so. That's usually a crucial element to any comeback.
Yeah, and if you look at it, had they been converting those second chances all along instead of waiting until now, who knows?
Here's Larkin after the basket by the Lakers. 6 to shoot. From the arc. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They've got to get more intense.
Here's LeBron, and Henson sends it back. And another shot. LeBron with another miss.
And he has slipped into a funk, Clark. You can see the confidence is shaken.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, he's very much deflated. The basket looks a lot smaller to him at this point, and the only way you can get out of it is to work yourself out of it.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Now, here is Young. 9 points last game. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. He dishes it to Arthur. Henson with the screen. Larkin can't get it to go. Over to the wing. Shot by Jack. Wide open. The three-pointer no good. And so that's the end of the first half. It's the Nets up by 15. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here.
Walk calmly out and away from the facility.
All right, fellas, great job in the early going, but we've got to keep playing the same way. Keep this building out of it. That's one of the best halves of offensive basketball we could have asked for. Great movement, great passing, great everything. They've got no idea how to deal with us. One place we've had success was in the low post on offense. Great positioning. Good job finding the open passing lanes and getting the ball in tight. What I want us thinking about now is getting the ball into the low post. Let's find the open passing lanes and feed our guys in tight. All right, guys, let's get out there and play a good second half.
Ladies and gentlemen,
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen.
And what a game for Arthur. He has 20 points, and he's got 2 baskets from out in three-point land.
And I'm sure they'd like to get a few more of those out of him.
Yo, look towards the light. Yo, what is that? It's a supernova. Nah, man, that's a black hole. Yo.
Lakers trail by 15. They've got LeBron James. Bryant is out there with Russell. Then it's Roy Hibbert, and it's Randall in at the 4. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. That's good. Here's Arthur. He's still up. Now he is 9 of 10.
Yeah, starting the second half nicely there. Love those easy lay-ins to get things going.
James outside. Outside, Russell. Pass to Kobe. Shot clock at 6. James, no good.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. And it's Bryant missing. Nets leading by 15. Here's Arthur. Can't get it to go. Good D by LeBron. Lakers have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Now the dish to Russell. It's Kobe Bryant on the wing. From about 19 feet, and that one's good. Kobe's got his second bucket.
He's got to be a little embarrassed for joining the Paratroopers Club on that pump fake.
Young, right side. The teardrop falls in. Young's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Uh-oh, a little showboating at the end of that one.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Laker girls! Some of ignorance's boys. She said, "Prophet, we got you beat." By the way, I'm Mr. Ignorance's wife, the seat. But enough talk now for your haircut. When the clippers touched my hair, they blew the. After the explosion, there was no one left. Cause I know.
I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Hey guys, over that break, I was able to catch the message Lionel Hollins was giving to his team. There was one thing he stressed above everything else, and that was getting the ball into the low post. That is where their points can and should be coming from in his mind. He also wants them to concentrate on working as a team at the offensive end. Passing, patience, and teamwork. Those were the messages. Those are likely not the last adjustments they make today, guys. There's still time left in this one. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Doris. Williams. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And let's take a second to view a list of shooting guards who have been very dependable offensively this season. These 2 guards are the most accurate in the league. Freak number 1. And, of course, Lewis Williams.
You know, just ask this group. Sometimes when you're hot, you're hot. And it's a comforting feeling for a coach to know you've got one of those guys roaming on the perimeter.
And not only can they light it up from the perimeter, Greg, but they get their buckets getting to the rim as well. I mean, aggressive moves to the basket are always going to help your shooting percentage. You got to get some easy ones to shoot a high percentage.
Robertson can't hit. Lakers trail by 15. Outside Williams. Outside Russell. Now Williams. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. LeBron, that's a 2-pointer. And again, the Lakers no good.
And another miss. Oof, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. Diaw, the screen. To the paint, taken away by Williams. Russell against Lopez. Outside Russell. Hibbert with a screen for Russell. To the paint. Here's Randall. And that one is stuffed right through.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful 2-hand jam. You're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will start shrinking even further.
Here's Arthur. And Hibbert with the block. Lakers trail by 13. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
LeBron kicks to Randall. Outside Williams. Out to the wing. Shot clock at 5. Russell with the bucket.
An excellent display of passing out there, fellas. I mean, 8 of their last 10 points have been assisted on.
And they just keep finding the open man.
We got to be more physical on defense. They are getting to the middle of the floor way too easy. Get into them on the perimeter. Posts. Rotate over and make your presence felt. Quit being so soft.
And a quick review, looking at some numbers here for Lou Williams. How's the last month of basketball been for him? 3rd in three-point shooting, and not many opportunities inside as well as he. Top 15 in field goal percentage.
And he's the type of three-point specialist that doesn't need a ton of shots to rack up points.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Brandon Bass is checked in for Hibbert. Anderson comes in for Randall. And Jarrett Jack has subbed in for Russell.
I love the killer instinct he shows right there, exploding to the rim to add to the lead.
Outside Jack. The shot misses. The Nets go the other way with it. 17 points was their biggest margin.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboard.
They've done a lot of things well today, but really it's about what they've done on the backboard that's at the top of that list.
Diaw can't hit. Lakers trail by 13. Anderson passes to Williams. LeBron dishes to Jack. There's the pick. It's Williams with the drive. They get it back.
And good defense there to play up and get a hand in the face.
Well, he's got a tough mindset. He's confident as a defender. And when you combine those two things, it makes it real hard to score on him.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
The Nets have shot 6 of 7 at the line. The free throw drops for Arthur. Some changes for the Lakers. Julius Randle comes in for Brandon Bass. And Nick Young is subbed in for Lou Williams. Good on both. There's 42 seconds left here in the third quarter. Down low, here's LeBron. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
Boy, I love the great assist that time by Jack.
Larkin kicks to Young. Now the feed to Larkin. Henson with the screen. Here's Arthur. Rebounded by the Lakers. They traveled to Brooklyn last time they faced the Nets, and they came away with a win.
Yeah, a really close game between these two in that last matchup. It took a total team effort for them to get the win.
It sure did, and they got a lot of scoring from their bench, Greg, and I think that really was the crucial difference.
Where's the box out? Some easy second chance opportunities there.
Those kinds of mistakes drive me crazy and will absolutely derail a team's chance to win.
And the interior D is really starting to be exposed here. How many layups have they gotten today?
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back.
Ladies and gentlemen,
And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. Here's Larkin. Arthur with it, and Brooklyn looking who they've got. Arthur, he's in at shooting guard. Young out there with Hollis Jefferson. Then there's Shane Larkin, and it's Deadman in at the 5 spot.
And that's exactly how they've gotten the lead right here. Easily, he's been their most consistent performer.
As simple as it gets. He's hitting everything he's looked at. Keep feeding the fire.
Here's Arthur, and it's sent back by Russell. So it looks like the Nets will retain possession here. And Brooklyn making a change here. Lopez is checked in. Here's Arthur. Puts it up off the inbound. Can't get it to go. Good defensive work there by Young. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Nets.
When they've had a chance to attack the basket at any point in this game, they've taken advantage.
Something else you like to see is how well they've shot their free throws tonight.
And so Young nails them both. So it's Brooklyn now. 17 points was their biggest margin. They've got the Wizards ahead of them for the next game. It's in Washington. That team is a little road weary right now. That is the 6th consecutive game away from home. Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Here's Bryant, and he uses the glass on the layup.
Going to finish that one.
Here's Larkin. He's guarded by Russell. Floats one up. Nice shot by Larkin. And the Nets lead by 13.
Oh, such a field shot there, the floater.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
I had a chance to find out what Los Angeles' coach was going over with his guys. He told them that they simply have to step up, saying if we don't make a move now, it's going to be too late. Give them everything you've got. Kevin?
Los Angeles making a switch here. Williams is checked in.
We're seeing him bring that shooting percentage up now, guys. The first half was a struggle for him.
Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Diaw against Randall. A baseline J. No good. And it's the Lakers the other way. Outside Russell. Over in the corner Randall. It's Kobe Bryant on the wing. Off the mark. Had a chance to trim it to single digits. Hollis Jefferson. Good.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
The drive by Bryant, and it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
Good game for Kobe. He's got 10 points, and he was able to come up with one steal, too.
You know what? He's been a difference maker defensively today, Clark. He's disrupted more plays than the stat sheet will show.
Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Passes to Hollis Jefferson. Diaw, the screen. Dishes it to Arthur. Misses the three.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Williams passes to Russell. No good with the triple. Nets leading by 10. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. Here's Arthur. And that one's good. Arthur's got 4 points in the quarter.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And I say, hey, if it keeps working, go to it. Stay with it. I mean, until the defense responds and provides more resistance, keep making them pay.
Now here's Randall. Just 5 to shoot. The drive by Russell. And it's sent back by Lopez. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Here's Hollis Jefferson. A huge slam. The perfect end of the fast break.
Big time finish. Emphatic.
He hangs on the rim, too, just for good measure.
Yeah, but guys, nothing wrong with a little bit of showboating every now and then.
To the middle. It'll go, and the Nets lead is cut down now to just 12 points with the basket from Lou Williams.
And really just led him to his sweet spot for that finish.
Ladies and gentlemen, Laker girls!
James checked in for Williams. Young's checked in for Brooklyn. Here's Arthur.
Move the ball. It's sticking too much.
He feeds it to Lopez. And Hibbert with the block. And now Russell pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And LeBron throws it down.
Always some entertainment value when you go with the windmill jam.
Yeah, rim shaker and the wrist breaker.
Outrageous, guys.
Larkin kicks to Arthur. And there's 1:45 left in the fourth. From the high post. And that one hits back iron.
Well, I like the defense there. Right up in his grill, didn't give him a chance.
LeBron drives in, and so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
Taking 2 shots.
And both free throws good for LeBron.
How about the night LeBron is having? He's got 8 points and 4 assists as well. His success in the assist department is carried over to the free throw line.
And boy, has he been steady at the helm today.
Young outside. Here's Lopez. Roy Hibbert with the rebound.
Those are chances. Almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
The ball's knocked loose. Russell dishes to LeBron. Thaddeus Young grabs the miss.
And you know what? He's just not on his game. No doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
A nice shot by Arthur.
Well, guys, they came in here and really took charge from the opening tip. This is such a tough thing to do for a visiting team. This contest was played on their terms.
And, you know, that's not the way it usually works in the NBA. It's
Execution, fellas.
out of here for sure.
Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Brandon Bass is checked in for Hibbert. Anderson comes in for Randall. Nick Young's checked in for Bryant. And Jarrett Jack has subbed in for Russell. .43 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Bass passes to Jack. LeBron, that's a two-pointer. Misses off the left iron. Harlan defended by Jack. Right wing. And Young kicks to Roberson. All alone. Rebound the Lakers.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
Yeah, heat check or not, I don't care how hot he may or may not be. He's not making that one. That's just run of the mill for him. A typical day at the office. He's one of the more skilled offensive players out there.
And so it's Brooklyn with the win. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for him, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they stood tall and pulled it out.
Well said. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. Now we'll go to the studio with the award-winning Ernie Johnson.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time now to present our Jordan Player of the Game. Freak. Just a monster first quarter of the game. He came out hot and just never cooled down. That boost he gave his team early on, a huge factor. Shaq, what'd you think?
I don't know what got into him tonight. Whew. He caught the scoring bug and was just pouring it in the paint. That's the kind of offense he's capable of delivering when he sets his mind to it.
He was up to every single challenge he faced tonight. He was in such control of the ball game. His showcase of his skill set was awesome.
And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Have a good evening.
I'm the rookie and the vet. Shout out to the I holding down the set.
Siamo fragili, se tutti ci toccano. Siamo fatti di non ci fa dormire.
Io non dormo quando ci penso, io non dormo e basta con me. Non lo so che siamo uniti, basta il silenzio, senza testa, mentre insieme siamo immortali. Baby accelera il moto, chiudi gli occhi e spegni i fanali. Vedi noi siamo la luce insieme, il male che produce bene. La notte abbassa lo sguardo, non gli conviene. Siamo il bianco e siamo il nero, siamo piccoli e perfetti, come il mondo visto dal cielo.
Siamo fragili, se tutti ci toccano. Siamo fatti di sogni che non ci fanno dormire, cose che non si possono dire.
Per te cammino sulle mine, che passo questo confine, portando nel bagagliaio che non ti posso dire. La mia vita è un film come al cinema, che poi non posso caline. Solo tu mi rilasci endorfine, vestito delle altre bambine. Siamo unici, tigriani, il sole di mezzanotte. Io ti scriverò le mie rime, e la notte quindi rappo sopra il tuo battito. La gente ci giudica, nessuno coglie questo. Sognavo che ero innocente, mi sono svegliato e tu non c'eri per niente, e restavo il tipo sbagliato.
Siamo fatti, se tutti ci toccano. Siamo fatti di sogni che non ci fanno dormire, cose che non si possono dire. Insieme siamo all'inizio e alla fine, e la fine.
Ci cerchiamo come animali, a piedi nudi come cristiani, contro il mondo con le mani. Forse un domani, ora siamo contro tutto, a cose che non possiamo dire, a sogni che non possiamo dire. Non siamo l'inizio e la fine, non devo guardare il cielo per capire la situazione. Se mi cerchi sono già altrove, indirizzo nuvola 9, io che ti occupo d'oro nei nostri giorni preziosi.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome. Glad you are joining us today as we enter the final episodes of the NBA regular season. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. We'll watch the Brooklyn Nets in this one as they go up against the Washington Wizards at Verizon Center. And guys, for the Wizards, with a record of 3-7 over their last 10 games, they have been struggling. Wins hard to come by. We'll see if they can grab one tonight. And the clock ticking down to tip off. Kenny, you won 2 championships, might I remind you, back to back. Explain to us the makeup of a champion.
Well,
and not the makeup you're wearing right now.
I never
but
wear
the makeup of a championship team.
However, number one is the belief. You have to believe and trust in your teammates. Trust is the most important thing. And most people think trust comes from on the offensive end, but it's trust on the defensive end. Meaning, Ernie, if I'm going to send you baseline, I said that's the game plan. I have to trust that my teammate's going to be there. And I'm going to do it regardless if he misses his assignment 1 or 2 times. That's the trust you have to have.
Ernie, you know why I like drinking Shaq Fu Punch?
Why?
Because it's about finding the right mix. So in basketball terms, it's about coaches, star role players, Everything has to be working together. That's why these guys can be great.
I can't believe that you just promoted one of your products into discussion of what it takes to become a champion in the NBA.
I wasn't really promoting. I was just giving you a Shaqnology.
That's his 12th promotion. I'm going to start promoting things.
I'm not promoting the Shaqnologies. You know what? I won't say nothing else about myself or any product I'm endorsing. Man up, you two.
Here's Kevin Harlan.
It's the home of the Wizards here in Washington, D.C. as 2K Sports brings you today's action live from the Verizon Center. You're in for a treat as we bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. You look at the Nets. They can secure their spot in the postseason with the victory here.
And seeing where the Nets are, they're well above the position they were expected to be in at this stage. Now the question becomes, can they keep it up in the playoffs?
And I can't see any reason why they can. I mean, they've got to be considered one of the favorites to lift the trophy for me.
All right, let's set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Setting the floor for the Nets. Arthur in at shooting guard. Brook Lopez is out there with Young. Then there's Shane Larkin. And it's Hollis Jefferson in at the small forward position. And so it's the Wizards getting on the board first. Young left side. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
And that's the kind of move that will always pay off, even against tight defense like he was facing on that possession.
Brooklyn shooting their first free throw of the game right now.
And when you look at that free throw percentage on the season, they're right around 73%.
And comparing to the numbers of last season, they've made a bit of improvement. So that's some positive momentum they can look to build on.
Now here's Johnson. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now he averages nearly 12 points a game.
I mean, even he was surprised to be that open.
Here's Larkin. Dishes it to Arthur. There's the three. No good. And it's Washington the other way. Coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
And I think they can hold their heads high from that performance, you know, despite the final score being what it was.
I agree with you. I mean, it was a tough game played in a tough environment on the road, and they were in it right until the bitter end. So that's good stuff.
4 on the clock. Johnson for 3. The rebound by the Nets. Their last game a win against the Lakers, looking to carry it into this one.
And how about the accuracy that was on display from three-point range in that game? They were lethal.
Yeah, splashing those threes as they did really allowed them to continuously deflate that crowd and keep them at bay. Boy, that was a nice road win for them, no doubt.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
Nice shot by Arthur.
And no matter who it is, that kind of D isn't going to get it done.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, I had a chance to catch up with Paul Westphal. One thing he knows is key for them is making sure they play within themselves on the offensive end. He felt that was a deciding factor in both meetings and wanted his team to be functioning like a well-oiled machine in their half-court sets. We'll see soon enough if that was the difference maker.
Good report, Doris. Well said. Thanks. An interesting thing to address before the game.
Yeah, and clearly the coach has been hammering home the point to his guys that good shot selection is absolutely key.
And I don't think you can ever overemphasize that point. I mean, intelligent basketball is about being selective with your shots. And I think that's what will win the game for him.
He might not have the long range of... of some other guys, but he will knock down open ones like that.
It's Beal on the wing. Steps back and fires. Can't hit. Excellent D from Arthur.
and he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Here's Young. Zeller grabs the board.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
Pick by Zeller. Kicks to Beal. And good, coming off the assist by Wall. Beal's got his second basket.
Great pass. John Wall is really good at finding the open man.
Young against Zeller. Young passes to Lopez. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. And he's got his first free throw of the game. And he knocks down the first one. And a new group getting ready to come in for Washington. Jared Dudley's checked in for Vitor Favorani. Oubre comes in for Johnson. Shelvin Max checked in for Bradley Beal. And it's Mills in for John Wall.
Well, as far as the league's big men go, he's one of the very best at the foul line.
And Dudley kicks to Mack. Nice ball movement by Washington. Here's Roberson. Pass to Henson. Out to the right wing. Over to the left wing. Trying to get open is Lopez. A nice shot by Arthur. Arthur's got 8.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
Here's Mack. He averages about 5 points a game. He kicks it to Zeller. Dudley dishes to Mack. The 3. And yes, sir, that one drops. Dudley's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Nets leading by 3. Arthur up top, covered by Mills. It's stolen. Here's Oubre. And he gets it to go. Here's Arthur. Boy, he was something else against the Lakers. 1:07 left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Henson. Rebounded by the Wizards. They just couldn't come out on top last time they took on the Nets. That one was played in Brooklyn.
And in that game, guys, their three-point shooting really was their own worst enemy. Even when they got the open looks, they just had an inability to knock them down.
And, guys, you've seen it happen to every team. You have to be a threat from beyond the arc nowadays. And if your team goes cold, it really can sabotage your game.
Man, can you always depend on... him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Pick by Zeller. Pass to Mills. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. Brooklyn leading by 3. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Arthur up top. He's got 8. That's good, and it's his 4th basket of the game. He's a strong 4 for 6.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
Passes it to Dudley. Here's Oubre. He hits the shot at the very last second.
Goodness.
Woo!
The pressure on him in those circumstances was massive.
Oh, man. What pressure? You guys are over-exaggerating here. I mean, you can't rattle this guy, no matter what the situation is.
And an exciting young backcourt in Washington with John Wall and Bradley Beal. Wall said that Beal is known for his appetite. You think John Wall's hungry for a championship in D.C.?
Yeah, I would certainly think. Described it. It is an unbelievable sight to behold. You literally cannot comprehend how anybody could scarf up that much food and still hoop.
And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And taking a look at the Nets' performance here, guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
Anytime you can get to the rim consistently early in the game, it allows you to get into a good rhythm offensively.
It really does. I mean, it's a lot easier to get buckets inside. That's elementary, and they've done that through one.
The talented Wall and Beal team up in the backcourt. Johnson is out there with Jared Dudley. And it's Favarani in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Wizards. Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Lakers just played phenomenal. He ended with 32 points and did his work from a pair of lines, hitting from both beyond the arc and from the charity stripe. It was a great outing for him, and the team needed him as he was the main source of points all game. Hopefully he gets more support in this one, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris, for revisiting what was an astounding performance.
Yeah, that's certainly one that we'll be talking about here for a long time.
I'd say it would make it to his greatest hit spot, no doubt about it.
The Wizards shooting their first foul shot of the night.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
Yeah, guys, they can feel very good about themselves when you bring up those statistics. Impressive numbers.
Here's Larkin. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Lakers in Los Angeles.
And don't forget about his playmaking in that game either. I mean, he did a great job of attacking the D and creating opportunities for both himself and his teammates. You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Now here's Johnson. He's got 5. The shot no good. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Arthur with it. He's picked up by Wall. Over in the corner, Diaw. He feeds it to Larkin. 6 to shoot. Out left to the wing. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wall. Let's highlight the shooting guard position now and see which among them have averaged the most points in the second half of the season. Freak, number 1.
And it's his explosiveness that jumps right out at you. I mean, he exploits gaps in the defense better than any player in the league. If there's an opening, he'll find it.
Yeah, and you need that kind of burst from the off-guard position, and boy, does he ever give it to him. I mean, he's a constant threat and a potent weapon.
Ladies and gentlemen, Verizon Center, give it up for your Wizard Girls.
In a moment here, let's check out the numbers for Beal. Since the All-Star break, he's been putting in work. He's getting around 16 points a game, 3 assists and 4 rebounds. And I think he's got to be pretty pleased with his output. And you know he's always looking to push himself.
Yeah, you know, really solid numbers across the board here, Greg. I mean, he contributes in a multitude of ways for this club.
Young's checked in for Hollis Jefferson. Now Diaw following the three-point attempt by Freak. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
A good night of work for Arthur. 10 points, and he's hit the mark twice from three-point range as well.
And Clark, it's no stretch to say the more points he gives them from beyond the arc, the better off they'll be.
Know what you got? All right.
And both free throws good from Arthur. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Young against Johnson. Now here's Wall. Defense right on him. Johnson, that's for 2. And again, Washington no good.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's cost him.
Larkin, the pass to Diaw. And Young kicks to Dedmon. Rebounded by Dudley. Wizards trail by 4. Wall dishes to Johnson. And it's good. One through contact, hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for Brooklyn.
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
And also another aspect of their game that's been super so far tonight is how they've been sharing the basketball.
Now here's Arthur. He's got 12. And the basket by Diaw.
Now that's where you like your shots to come from.
The Wizards have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Dudley with a screen on Young. Johnson goes in, and too long on the shot. Nets leading by 3. And Young slams it home.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
Young's gotten 2 of his 3 shots to go tonight. Wall passes to Beal. There's a screen. Terrific design on the pick play. He lays it in. Beal's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Very well executed pick to give him all kinds of space to get that one off.
Inside, here's Dedmon. Sinks that one from the post. Dedmon's got his first points in this one.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Get ready for your Wizard Girls.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Hi, Kevin. I was able to hear the advice Lionel Hollins gave to his team during that last break. Offensively, he'd like to see them get the ball into the post as often as possible. That's where he thinks their biggest advantage lies. The other thing he stressed was the need to be disciplined on offense. He asked for good ball movement and good shot selection. Guys, they're clearly hoping those changes have an effect even before this game makes it to halftime. Kevin?
All right, Doris. Now here's Arthur. He's got 12. Here's Henson, and there's the foul. It'll go on Shelvin Mack. That is his first foul of the game.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
To the inside, Henson plays it up and banks it in. Now it's a 7-point Brooklyn lead.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Oubre kicks to Mills. They set the pick. 1:31 left in the first half. 6 to shoot. Feeds it to Dudley. Lots of room. Jump shot is good that time. Dudley's got 5 now.
Really good job there. That's the definition of the inside-out game.
Here's Arthur. Mills with the steal. And here we go. The Wizards fast break. And he gets the bucket. And now just a 3-point Nets lead.
They've slowed down casting those triples here in the second.
And Clark, I'd like to see them go back outside. They've been shooting well from the perimeter.
Now here's Arthur. One of the most consistent producers in the league. He's averaging around 25.5 points a game. And the shot is good. Arthur's got 5 points now this quarter.
He's picking up right where he left off in the first quarter.
And Mills kicks to Mack. There's 38 seconds left now here in the second. Mills dishes to Oubre. And Roberson pulls it down.
Boy, he really bungled that finish.
And Young, here we go. Henson the pass to Roberson. Here's Arthur. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
There's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes in this defense.
No doubt the defense had better play a little tighter.
And Mills kicks to Zeller. Wide open. It'll go, and the Nets lead is cut down to 7 on the bucket from Patrick Mills. And so that brings the first half to a close. Nets out in front. They're up by 7. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Gentlemen, here with Joe Johnson. And Joe, what's going to be the key for this team in the second half?
Well, we got to come out with more focus and intensity. We got to pick it up, man. We got to get stops in the second half, man. Pick it up defensively. Offensively, we're pretty good, but defensively, they get too many easy baskets.
Thank you so much. Back to you guys at the table.
Thank you, Doris. And folks, don't go away after the break. We'll see you right back here for the start of the second half in the third quarter.
I want you to know that it's our turn.
Hey guys, listen up. We've got a good lead, but lots of basketball left to play. Our passing has been very precise. I'll give you guys a lot of credit for that. We've been extremely smart with the ball, basically haven't given them any gifts whatsoever. On a good note, our passing has been very smooth. You've set each other up with some really nice assists. That's strong team basketball. Let's keep it up. And in terms of pace, I'd like to see us calm it down once the third gets started. We shouldn't be in any kind of rush.
And the third quarter about ready to get underway. You look at Freak in this game, he has been everywhere.
I tell you what, it's a pleasure to watch him when he's at the helm, because of that first half, offensively, he was in a zone.
It sure is a treat to watch him, guys. I mean, everything's been running through him, and he's doing a fantastic job keeping the offense clicking on all cylinders.
Wizards trail by 7, setting the floor for the Nets. Arthur, he's in at shooting guard. Young out there with Brooke Lopez. Then there's Shane Larkin. And it's Hollis Jefferson in at the 3 spot.
Great way to start the half. Easy layup against some soft D.
Brooklyn's gone to three-point range 7 times tonight, knocked down 5 of them.
Oh, my goodness. He's just getting nasty on them now. Wow.
Yeah, now that they've built up a lead, this is when he really breaks out those incredibly slick moves.
Man, like a Ginsu knife, just slicing and dicing.
And that replay sponsored by Kia, the Kia Slam Cam, giving us a great look at that one.
They are really getting the work done inside with their rebound.
The defensive backboard has been controlled. They have not allowed a lot of second chances. It's been about one and done for the most part, and I'm not talking about leaving Collins.
Yeah, I know you're not. That's a bunch of good rebounding taking place there, boy.
Now here's Wall. They count on his contributions, currently providing 16.5 points a game, and he gets it to go.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Larkin can't get it to go.
I tell you what, for what's really an elementary shot, he looked a little nervous on that release.
Shot by Zeller, no good. Brooklyn leading by 5. Larkin dishes to Arthur. Zeller with the double team. Offensive rebound, Nets. Shots good from Young.
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
Wizards have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Outside, Wall. Floats one. Can't hit. And Brooklyn will come the other way.
You got it. Let's get the ball inside.
Arthur with it. 20 points for him. And it's blocked.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
It's blocked, and they're able to recover. Here's Favarani. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in.
I love how he used his height advantage on that shot.
And he had the nice soft touch with it, too.
Here's Larkin. Rebound by the Wizards.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Nets leading by 5.
You got it. Let's get the ball inside.
3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. The dish to Lopez. Off the screen, and the shot is good.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. They'll spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
Lights out shooting from three-point land is nothing new to these guys. The league's most accurate shooting guards from long range in the season's second half. Freak is second.
2 guard, but it does help. And pretty much all of these guys fit into that great category.
Yeah, that's safe to say. I mean, these guys don't know the meaning of cold streaks. They're either hot, red hot, or sizzling. Those are the kind of shooters they are from downtown.
To the middle, it's deflected. Stolen by Dudley. Johnson goes in. Here's the teardrop, and the layup is up and in. Johnson's got 7.
Guys, that time he went for the fancy finish for us there, man. That was sweet.
Now the pass to Hollis Jefferson. Diaw against Dudley. Diaw can't hit. Wizards trail by 5. And here is Beal. He's got 8, and it's sent back by Arthur. And they'll keep possession. Zeller setting the pick for Beal. That doesn't go either for Beal.
Tell you what, as well as he shot in the last quarter, Kevin, it's a total flip here in this one. He just can't get anything to go in the basket.
Beal on the double team. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Beal with the steal. And here we go. The Wizards fast break. Wall's running. He dishes it to Beal. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Wall's got 4 assists in the game.
And now we have a chance to check out Freak here. In the second half of this season, he's been nothing short of spectacular. First in scoring, third in three-point shooting, and of course, he's in the top 5 in free throw percentage. It can go overlooked, but sure makes a difference.
And I tell you what, his scoring abilities are almost otherworldly. I mean, no one's been able to slow him down or even come close.
Just 5 on the clock. Robertson can't hit. Wizards trail by 3. Oubre passes to Zeller, and that one is hammered home.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run, don't you think? Clark to the hoop for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
Here's Mills, following the basket by Freak. Here's Oubre, laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Oubre's got 7 points in the game.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They really are, and their last 3 buckets have come by way of an assist.
Arthur, no good.
That's what we call good defense in the paint. Worth its weight in gold.
It absolutely is, and maybe even more than that. I mean, you saw it right there. Without his presence, that's an easy basket.
Vitor Faparani's checked in for Jared Dudley. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And Robertson kicks to Arthur. Mills with the steal. The Wizards have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. He hits one and misses one, each at the line.
They should be in front right now, but he'll be relieved not to have come up totally empty there.
And that one's good. Roberson's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
He had his head on the swivel and was able to pick out the pass and get the assist.
Mills. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Nets lead by... We welcome you back to what has been a good one here as we get into the fourth quarter. So for the Wizards, Oubre comes in for Vitor Favarani. And it's Mills in for Cody Zeller. The Bulldozer, he's checked in for Brooklyn. All out there with Mills. Then there's Bradley Beal. Then there's Johnson. And it's Oubre in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Took the opportunity when he saw it. Young's got the lead up to 9 now for the Nets.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
Here's Wall. And counts the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
Oh, nice double pump finish there, strictly for the fans.
Vitor Favarani's checked in for Patty Mills. And let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for Brooklyn.
You know, block shots, guys, a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense. I mean, leaving them no room to get off any shots.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
Over in the corner, Arthur. Shot clock at 6. No problem knocking that one down. Arthur's got 25 points.
And that's another 3. And if the defense is hoping that they don't heat up from out there like they did in the first half, they may be in for a real bad surprise.
Here's Young, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle on a lot of contact there. Joe Johnson picks one up.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
Zeller, he's checked in for Washington. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. It's Wall with the drive. Outside for Beal. Launches it. Hollis Jefferson with the rebound. Hollis Jefferson's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
Yeah, and that's been the story of the game. I mean, the rebounding has been very one-sided.
Yeah, and they've been on the winning end. I mean, effort is one thing you can always control in addition to attitude. I would credit this lead to force of will.
5 on the clock. Lets it go from the wing. Here's Arthur. And it's out of bounds. The Wizards will take it the other way.
And really just a lack of awareness on his part. Just no idea he was right near the line.
Wizards trail by 11. Now here's Wall. And there's 1:45 left to play here in the fourth. There's the feed to Zeller. 5 to shoot. The Wizards need to get a shot off here. From deep. And another miss by Washington.
There are going to be times, I think, when it's okay to take a shot like that, but not on that possession.
Well, when would the times be, partner? Well, I'll get back to you later. The only excuse for a shot like that is if you're trying to beat the buzzer. That's the only time you can justify it.
Now Arthur following the 3-point attempt by John Wall. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. That's good from Lopez. That one is no good. For the Wizards, this one's not looking good. Here's Beal. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
In that tight, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense can do. Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for Brooklyn.
The sheer volume of three-pointers was the deciding factor tonight, it seemed.
Yeah, they sink one, Kevin, and then they do it again. It worked.
And this will now push it to a total of 44 games in the win column on the season.
And you could tell they were ready for this one today, guys. There was something extra on the line, and they wanted it.
Greg, I know exactly what you're referring to. I mean, with this victory, they'll get the edge in the season series by taking 2 of their 3 meetings.
And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for the Bulldozers. It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
They got a chance to cut the deficit to within 10. Wall dishes to Favarant. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
That's his second personal foul. At the line for your Wizards, Favarani. 2 shots.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. And a new group getting ready to come in for Washington. Jared Dudley's checked in for Zeller. Oubre comes in for Joe Johnson. Shelvin Max checked in for Bradley Beal. And it's Mills in for John Wall.
Not nearly as productive a trip to the line as he'd have liked. They need all their free throws to go down at this point.
23 seconds left to play here in the fourth. To the wing right side. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Harlan covered by Mills. They set the pick. And so it's Brooklyn with the win. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan along with our entire 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. Now time to head over to the studio where the award-winning Ernie Johnson is with Shaq and Kenny, all standing by. Guys, take it away.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time now to present our Jordan Player of the Game. Freak. He's really set the tone for them in the first half, and it seemed to just help carry them forward from that point on.
It was a stupendous night for him from long range. Having him out there on the perimeter took a lot of heat off their guys inside, and it gave them room to operate in the paint.
Well, his shooting percentage up there in the high 50s speaks to how smart his shot selection was. It was really an intelligent game he played, plain and simple. It's all about protecting each possession, and he set the example for them with his excellent decision-making.
And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show. For me and Kenny Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal, and Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.
And during the few moments that we have